Hi, hand readers. In this week's video, we're going to be touching on a very delicate topic, and that is nails that curve inward, nails which curve to grow towards the person's palm. And this is not something we see terribly often, but when you do come across it in a client, we need to broach this with great tact and sensitivity. In case you don't know me, my name's Jennifer. I'm based in Johannesburg. I'm a palm reader of 30 years now, and I've written several books about the topic. You'll find all the information below. Why would it be that as a hand reader you'd be best advised to broach the meanings or the topic or the interpretation of a person's hands or nails that really curve inward very much towards the palm and they look rather like claws? Why would we need to broach this with tact and sensitivity? What might be the reason? The way I see it is that nails are like claws. We can really use that as a metaphor or an analogy. It's as if we grasp onto our lives with our nails in a metaphorical sense. And therefore, people whose nails curve inward have an energy flow that it's all about themselves. There's something coming back to the owner. It's like there's almost like a less of a give and more of a vulnerability, more of an insecurity. Their grasping nature is perhaps more developed than somebody else's might. It wouldn't be appropriate to tell a client that they have a grasping nature. Instead, to explore with them perhaps what their background is about, what it is about them, their lives and their circumstances that doesn't feel enough, that doesn't feel safe enough. So this really is a delicate topic, and really the person, the owner of this formation of nails, is driven perhaps by a sense of lack. Perhaps there's a deep hurt in their lives. That's something to explore with them or to inquire about. The traits are very challenging, and they are very negative traits actually, because if you really take it into the unredeemed, there's an energy of selfishness. It's, as I mentioned, it's all about me. It's self-centered. There's a cold nature maybe even behind those type of nails. And these are not words you want to be using with your clients, but rather instead to broach with tremendous compassion around what is it in your life that doesn't feel enough for you. Instead of saying to the client, for example, that you have a possessive nature, or that you are selfish or greedy or cold-natured or materialistic, the inquiry would be far more appropriate to go a little into what part of them is hurt, what part of them needs more security, what part of them feels that there isn't enough in their lives, rather than telling them about all their negative traits. Nails which curve inward are not to be confused with a so-called Hippocratic or clubbed nail, which is a situation that happens linked to health, where the entire nail bed becomes bulbous, it swells up, and the nail wraps around the full top of the person's finger. Hippocratic or wrapped or bulbous nails like these in this image refer to some sort of physiological disturbance in the person, often linked to the pulmonary and or the cardiovascular systems. Generally, it's believed that Hippocratic or wrapped nails are linked to a low supply of oxygen in the person's system. And this formation of nails can be acquired, and it's believed that when the person's appropriately treated medically, that the nail shape changes and reverts back to normal. This particular nail shape or manifestation is also linked to Graves' disease, to heart disease, as I said, and to certain kind of other gastrointestinal disorders, and also to cystic fibrosis, interestingly. But really for today's topic, we're more concerned with nails that are normal nails, but that they curve tremendously inwards as they grow. And the important thing is to treat this person with love and care and compassion, rather than to point out to them their rather self-centered traits, which are very much accurate when you see this kind of nail. But there's a reason for why they have these particular traits. In next week's video, I'll talk a little bit about the moons and whether or not they're interpretable in terms of hand analysis, chirology, and palmistry. And I look forward to seeing you then. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, and don't forget to comment below if you have any particular queries or questions about hand reading. Bye!